You're watching YCN, Your Local View. Program airtime is underwritten in part by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Looking to purchase your dream home, finance your business, or just find a better checking relationship? Our New Hampshire team is here to help you. We make award-winning banking happen every day. Contact us to see how we can help you. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. For the next 2 weeks, we're presented by the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen's Fair as they celebrate their 92nd annual year right here at the Mount Sunapee Resort. On today's show, I'll visit Kate Saunders, the new executive director of the League. Greg, the owner of the lake shop on Sunapee Harbor, will tell our Abby Peel about his excitement about his new location. We'll see a highlight video of Jordana Korsen's work, and Garry Kalajian, a metal craftsman, will tell us about his 25th anniversary right here at this fair. So don't go away. We'll be right back after these short messages from the businesses that keep YCN Your Local View coming to you.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
The Lake Sunapee region is one of the few communities in the country where you can ski year-round. During the summer season, the lake provides water skiing, fishing, swimming, and boating. During the winter, Mount Sunapee Resort, located at the south end of the lake, is one of the most popular ski and snowboard destinations in New Hampshire. The views of Lake Sunapee from the trails in Sun Bowl are spectacular. For more information about visiting our beautiful area, contact the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome back. We're behind the scenes of the 92nd Annual League of New Hampshire Craftsmen's Fair, and we're joined by the executive director who's taken a quick moment out to tell us what's new at this fair and what it takes to make it tick. Thank you for joining us, Kate Saunders.
Thank you. I'm so happy to welcome everyone back to the annual fair. We're really excited about this year's fair. It's our 92nd year hosting, and we have a lot of new booth holders and other partners that will be joining us this year. We've also increased music and expanded our sculpture garden, so we're really excited for people to experience it.
Great thing about the Craftsmen's Fair is there's so many different types of crafts that are shown here, and you've also added new vendors and partners this year?
Yes, so we each year we have visiting artists come just to make sure that there's a freshness to the fair, while also our current members are evolving their craft. So one feature tent that we have in the center of the fairgrounds is the art, craft, and design, where we've asked our craftsmen create something exceptional, create something special. So there's a lot of new work to see, and it's everything from mixed media pieces to furniture and glassware. So it'll be really beautiful for people to experience.
So if people have come before, there's something new to see, but people always ask, should I take kids to this fair?
Absolutely, absolutely. And kids 16 and under are free. So they get free entrance. So it's one of the best family days that you can plan for your family to be together. So not only do we have free admission, but we have a whole kids create zone. So children, I would advise families, dress your kids in comfortable clothing that can get dirty, because we're gonna have your kids with their hands, on a pottery wheel or trying to weave for the first time, see a demonstration in action. One of our demonstrators, Garry, has been demonstrating for 25 years and 9 consecutive days every year. And so oftentimes he'll invite, young people up to say, hey, put on an apron, see what I'm doing. And for a lot of families that I meet, sometimes the parents have these core memories of the first time that they came to the fair and saw, a member from the New Hampshire Woodworkers Guild working on a lathe, or, meeting a maker for the first time.
And that's really fantastic. I've had the chance of walking around and meeting some of the artists and seeing some of the exhibits as they start to get put up. And I have to tell you, what a range of pieces you have this year, all different prices. So people can come to buy or people can come to look. But the neat thing about this is we have to remember these are craft that's meant to be used in our homes and in our families.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so whether you're looking for something that you'll work with every day in your home or that special wedding or anniversary gift, there's that range of choice. Also, what I find is sometimes people really fall in love with the Craftsmen. They have a favorite, artist that they've met, and they will come and revisit that Craftsman. And so it's really special because when you come to that booth, it's almost like old home day. And so they're looking for that next piece to collect or just to kind of reconnect and say thank you to that artist.
And supporting a local artist not only gets you a fantastic gift or item for your home that's memorable, that you'll cherish, but it also helps that artist continue their work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that was one of the things with the core team that manages the league. It was really important. It was high value that also not only by supporting local artists, but supporting local vendors. So a number of those relationships we've shifted to New Hampshire-based vendors, so that it really is one of those events that you're supporting the creative community, but also when you think of specialty food vendors and other partners, those are really New Hampshire-based companies.
So it sounds like a great way to spend a weekend or a week or longer if you're going to spend the whole time. Anyone in the family can come, whether you're vacationing in the area or if you live in the area. So make sure that they stop by and make sure they get their tickets early. Can they buy their tickets online?
Yes, and we really recommend to purchase tickets online because you can save a little money.
Okay,
there's a discount to purchase your tickets in advance online, so we recommend you do that.
Sounds fantastic. So thank you for joining us for the 92nd Annual League of New Hampshire Craftsmen's Fair, where some of your old favorites are here and some new artisans are returning. Fun for the whole family, and there's the Kids Zone. Come support the fair and come support local artisans as we celebrate the creativity of New Hampshire. Fairs and fun are all around us this weekend. Don't forget the Hospital Days Parade, which will be right here on YCN. Stay with us after this message as Abby Peel meets Greg, the shop owner, on the Lake Shop on Lake Sunapee Harbor. But first, these words from a community-minded business that underwrites our stories. You too could be one of them by contacting us at info@ycnnow.com.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner. For books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
Hairspray. It's 1962 in Baltimore, and the lovable plus-size teen, Tracy Turnblad, has only one desire: to dance on the popular Corny Collins show. When her dreams come true, Tracy is transformed from social outcast to sudden star. She becomes a celebrity overnight and leads the way to social change as Tracy campaigns for the show's integration. Winner of 8 Tony Awards, we are thrilled to be bringing back this Broadway blockbuster hit to the Barn Playhouse stage for the first time since 2010. It's gonna leave you dancing in the aisles. While Hairspray confronts some serious themes like racial segregation and body shaming, we encourage parents to make their own choices about their young children. At its core, Hairspray has a strong and powerful message of acceptance and equality.
coming to you from the lake shop here in Sunapee Harbor, and I'm now joined by the owner and the buyer and all the other things,
Right.
Greg Lagrotteria. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Abby. Thanks.
This is a brand new location, but not a new business in the harbor, and we have Brewster walking around here too.
Our
He's the
mascot,
star of the show. The mascot, yes. You were just a stone's throw away
Yes.
for the past few summers, and now this is a brand new location for you.
Yes.
Talk about the new location.
Couldn't be more excited about
Good.
it. We loved where we were. We love being a part of the harbor. Truly we do. But this just elevates the store. The store is slightly bigger. It's got higher ceilings. There are double doors out to the lake. It just feels right. It feels so comfortable. We're really excited to be here.
And it's fun that you got a little sitting area out front, lakeside.
Yes,
You can
yeah.
watch the boats come in. And this is not your first. This isn't like, oh, I'm just going to decide to open a store.
Right.
You have some retail experience, and you should boast about it.
As a family, we've been retailers for a very long time. I opened my first retail store in 1984.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for a long time. Started out in the shoe business and the wholesale side in manufacturing and footwear, and then gravitated to retail. We're from the South Shore of Massachusetts. We have a big, wonderful store there, and it was easy and natural to dovetail because we love this community so much. And we created a summer store, picking the best, curated the best items that we thought would be right for this place, and we couldn't be prouder of it, and so glad to be a part of it, frankly, yeah.
And how do you pick the inventory that's in there? Do you use your store in the South Shore to kind of get an idea of what's popular? Is this a whole different market up
Right.
here? How do you do it?
That's exactly what we do. So Hingham, Massachusetts is on the water. It's the same. The customers align, and we do take the best-selling, most fashionable, fresh items that work down there, and that's what this shop is full of. Yeah.
There's a lot of changeover between. It used to just be if you want comfort is one thing and
Right.
fashion separate.
Yes.
And I'm amazed at some of the stuff that you have that's both combined
Right.
with some high-end real names too that have created. Like Clark's has a beautiful shoe that is quite the cushion. Is that a new thing that you're seeing? Comfort and style.
Well, I think that's a big question. What's happened is that the entire market has moved to comfort. So from fashion all the way through pedorthic or orthopedic, they've tried to find a blend so that everybody's comfortable in the footwear they wear.
So you don't just have to have
Yeah.
one or the other.
Right.
What are the other trends you're seeing? Are there things that you want to bring to Sunapee that you didn't this year? Or anything in the shoe business that's getting? I mean, Crocs have never gone away. It seems that's
No, Crocs haven't gone away. It continues to evolve. Most everything is almost is athletic inspired.
Yeah.
That's why we have On Running in here, and I'm
Sure.
going to bring a little Hoka up,
Yeah.
and just trying to satisfy the customer when they come in, that if they to fill their needs. you know?
Sure.
So yeah, in the footwear business, revolving around comfort, it's athletic inspired. Yeah.
And talk about being part of the harbor. You live here
Yep.
part-time.
Yes, we
you
do.
are very involved in this community. I mean, it's a tiny little plot here that a lot of people don't even know exists here. And why is it important to be part of this harbor community?
Because we're so lucky to be here, because we love it so much, and we're gravitating to be here as much as we possibly can, and maybe here full time.
Yeah.
It is the loveliest place on earth. We've been to many places, and it's just the most peaceful, gentle place with lovely people, and I know that Sunapee community couldn't be more protective and proud of this environment and this beautiful harbor, and yeah, we just like to be a part of it.
And one of the neatest things about this harbor is it's not business versus business. You have to all be part of this. You need the coffee shop and the
Yes,
sandwich shop and the
yes,
cruise ship to go
yes.
out in order for you to be successful. And if you're not here, then they're not successful.
That's right.
You have no choice but to all be together, and that's a really special place.
It couldn't be more true, and I think that what's taking place with all these shops and getting comfortable with, and hoping that they're comfortable with us. The proprietors of these shops have been so kind to us, helpful to us, and helping us move forward. It really feels wonderful, and we're glad to be a part of it, honestly.
It's amazing. Well, everyone should come check out the lake shop right on the water, and then go do the cruise and grab dinner and go check out Optimistic.
Ice cream,
and get some
beautiful
ice cream.
paintings, a latte.
Farmers market. I mean, you could spend
the biggest spread of beautiful T-shirts and Sunapee wear and clothing, all of it. Candy, all of it.
Amazing.
A wine shop, all of it.
There's so much fun. So, Greg, thank you so much for hosting us.
Thanks,
and being part of the Sunapee Harbor community. Everyone should come check out the lake shop.
Thanks, Abby and Greg. Just a reminder that the 92nd Annual Craftsman's Fair will take place right here at the Mount Sunapee Resort on August 2nd through the 10th. When we return, we'll be on location with Jordana Korsen, a craftsman. But first, these words with another good business that supports your Yankee Chronicle. Keep tuned right here on YCN, Your Local View, because without them, there wouldn't be us.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Guess what? It's July. That means it's time to register for the Fit for a Cause Triple Challenge. Going into its 8th year on August 17th at 8:30 in the morning at Memorial Field in Concord, make your own mini try. It's a bike, walk, run, CrossFit yoga format. You can do 5 miles, 10 miles, 3 miles, your choice. All proceeds are going to benefit cancer survivors and people battling cancer. We support members of the Fit for a Cause community, the Payson Cancer Center, and Runway for Recovery. This family-friendly event is non-competitive and extremely positive. We will take registrations all the way up through the day of, because for Fit for a Cause, we support those women and families battling metastatic breast cancer and cancer. My own family has benefited from their support. So please join us August 17th at 8:30 in the morning at Memorial Field, because if you're fit for a cause, you are strong enough.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. The League has produced a series of videos highlighting crafts from people all around the state.
My name is Jordana Korsen. I've been a juried member of the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen for 20 years. I got into glass blowing as a happy accident, really. I started blowing glass as a sophomore in college, and in 1991 I decided that I wanted to be a glass blower, and I knew I'd always wanted to teach as well. So it made perfect sense to pursue both paths for me. Glass blowing for me is very much a team-oriented sport. Blow, please. Stop. And the thing that I love about the process is I am not working on my own on pieces, but I often have at least 1 or 2 assistants to help me make the pieces that I need to make. And blow softly. Stop. It makes it more interesting, more components, more dynamic if you work as a team. And I love the aspect of we're all part of that success. To me, that's a really special component of glassmaking. And this is all the same techniques that have been used for thousands of years, so it's kind of awesome. It's proven to work. Being a League of New Hampshire Craftsmen member to me has been really valuable because it's given me an opportunity to share my work, to sell my work, and to create some camaraderie with people not just in my field, which is very small and everyone knows each other, but in other mediums as well. It's also been an awesome opportunity for me as an educator to teach people about what I do and why it's valuable to me to share glassmaking as a medium, because glass blowing, if it's done the way I feel it should be done, teaches you how to live.
What an amazing talent we have in the state of New Hampshire. When we return, I'll be joined by blacksmith craftsman Garry Kalajian to hear about his work and the 25th anniversary he's celebrating this year at the New Hampshire Craftsman's Fair, starting on Saturday at Mount Sunapee Resort. So stay tuned right here on Yankee Chronicle for these words from those sponsors that make this show possible.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
back to the 92nd Annual League of New Hampshire Craftsmen's Fair. I'm joined by a 25-year veteran of this fair who I'm sure you've seen. We're going to find out what brings him back and makes him a local legend. This is Garry Kalajian.
Well, actually, I first came to the fair 35 years ago when I came to New Hampshire from where I grew up in New Jersey. I had an interest in blacksmithing and pursued it as a hobby. And I came to the Craftsmen's Fair here, as I say, just a few months after I moved to New Hampshire. And I met who you might say was a blacksmithing legend at that time, David Court. And I spent some time at his space there where he was demonstrating, and he was very kind and charitable about helping me and advising me as I got started.
And what's amazing is you really enjoy the fair, and you even have customers that come back every year. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, I suppose the enjoyment is rooted in the fact that I feel so fortunate that I'm able to do this, and I have people, as you say, that come back year after year and spend a lot of time that are very interested in watching and learning from me.
One of the things about the League is it truly is a group of artisans supporting each other. Can you tell us a little about that experience and the camaraderie of support among the diversity of artists?
Yes. I think I often remind myself that the League is a membership organization. So it is the members that make up the board of directors, that make the policies, that are members of the standards committee that make the standards policy, and are called upon to enforce, you might say, the standards. And by enforce, I mean apply them to new members and even members in the League for a year to make sure that they take seriously the standards, the quality standards that really distinguishes the organization.
One of the great things about this is by coming to the fair, you get to truly experience not just going somewhere and picking an item off of a shelf or seeing something hanging on the wall. You get to realize that the artisan really is a truly human-to-human connection. And you really see that come out of each person, whether they're at your booth or another's. So really, explain what it's like to craft something and bring it to life.
Well, I emphasized in a very kind of methodical way that blacksmithing, and I do consider it blacksmithing, is heating and hammering bars to where they're malleable and into the shape of the final object. Okay. So, like other blacksmiths, I have an appliance for heating the iron. In my case, I use a traditional appliance, which is a coal-fired forge.
Nice.
And the shaping is mostly done with hammer blows while the iron is resting on the anvil to back it up. And in addition to the direct hits with the hammer, there are a variety of tools like chisels and punches that can impart a shape on the malleable bars. I'm reminded by an important phrase in the standards guidelines that's often emphasized at a lot of League venues, and that is the spirit of the maker. So in a sense, I always approach the work, even work that I've been doing for many years and I'm familiar with, as if it's the first time. And so I'm always learning as I go, never really trying to follow a script, you might say, about how to do something, but always thinking about how it can be made better and differently, and you might say in a more spirited way.
And I think that really shows in your own personal work as we get to see different examples of that. So if you would like to see Garry and many other members of the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen at this year's 92nd Fair, make sure you stop on by. You'll be able to see craft that truly comes from the heart and the hands of New Hampshire craftsmen. And I'm joined by Zach Jonas, and we're going to talk about his custom knife making as well as his involvement here in the fair. Thank you for joining us, Zach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So tell us, what year of the fair is this for you?
This, I believe, is my 13th year doing the fair, COVID notwithstanding. Yeah.
And what brings you back to this wonderful event?
It is my favorite event. It's an event like none other. It just feels good. It's a friendly event. It's huge, but it's intimate at the same time. I've made friends just through interacting with clients and remembering people and watching kids grow. And there's one guy who started out as a next generation as a kid running around while I was doing my thing, and now he's a proudly exhibiting member himself.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cool to see all that continuity.
And as part of that community, it really comes across to someone who just walks in off the street. So can you tell someone who, if you've never been to the fair, why should you come?
Oh man, I mean, there is something for everybody at this show. Every medium of craft is represented, and every level. Like the standard is really high, but it doesn't mean that everything is going to cost $1 zillion. There's less expensive stuff, there's more expensive stuff, there's interesting stuff for everyone.
And what I've noticed about your craft is it's both useful and utilitarian. So tell us a little bit about your knife making.
Yeah, I've been making knives for, I think, almost 20 years now, which is a little hard to imagine. But it's been a while, and one of the first things that my mentor ever said to me is that a knife should be beautiful but deadly, which is not true of every knife. Not every knife is meant to be deadly as well, but like you said, there's a lot of utility built into them, and they're one of mankind's oldest tools, so I take a lot of pleasure in really refining something that's so elemental to our nature and to our, not to get philosophical about it, but to our subsistence in the world.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like they make the perfect gift for a milestone in someone's life.
Yeah, absolutely. People give my knives as gifts for weddings, graduations, new apartments, things like that. And also just for people they like, because one of the things that I like about what I do is that people will come up to me and they say, oh, I smile every time I cut something, and that makes me happy because they're things that get used day to day.
Can you tell us a little bit about the handle materials?
Sure. The handle materials range all over the place. I use a lot of woods. I prefer woods just because they have their own natural beauty, and even within one species, even within one log, every piece is different. I use a lot of local material where I can, so I have a lot of New Hampshire maple on my knives, and some more exotic stuff. I have woods from Indonesia and Tasmania and Africa and all over the place.
And so if you've never been to the fair, you got to come by and see Zach and see other amazing exhibitors. You'll be able to partake in New Hampshire arts and crafts, but also you might just find the perfect gift for you or for someone else. Thank you, Mount Sunapee Resort, for being our host location. I'd like to thank the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen as they prepare for their 92nd fair at the Mount Sunapee Resort starting on Saturday, August 2nd, all the way through the 10th. You can find out more and buy tickets online at nhcrafts.org. Coming up next week, we'll meet with Joyce LeBlanc, a fiber and wearables craftsman showing at this year's fair. We'll get another short documentary on craftsman Lulu Fitcher. We'll do a short paddle around Little Lake Sunapee with Osmond Sargent Land Preservation Trust. And we'll close with a visit with Chris Archer.
I'll talk with the local guide Josh Walden, who's directing and choreographing Hairspray at the New London Barn Playhouse.
Tune in to YCN's Game of the Week, featuring replays of high school sports from last year. This week we have the boys basketball, featuring Kearsarge hosting Derryfield from last February. Games play Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 on TDS channels 13 and 1013, NCT TEP 8, Roku, Apple TV, and for those that don't have cable, we're on YCNnow.com. Our website carries all of our programming at any time on demand. I'm Elizabeth D'Orazio. Join us again next week as we again come to you from the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen for an all-new edition of Yankee Chronicle. Enjoy this home stretch of summer, everybody.
prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clarkshire athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The Lake Sunapee region is one of the few communities in the country where you can ski year-round. During the summer season, the lake provides water skiing, fishing, swimming, and boating. During the winter, Mount Sunapee Resort, located at the south end of the lake, is one of the most popular ski and snowboard destinations in New Hampshire. The views of Lake Sunapee from the trails in Sun Bowl are spectacular. For more information about visiting our beautiful area, contact the Lake Sunapee Region Chamber of Commerce.